And I am with Toni. Is it Linde?
Yes.
Okay, Toni Linde, and we're going to be talking about the 6th annual Sutter Creek Parade of Lights, which will be coming up on Saturday, December 15th.
Yeah, it's hard to believe it's been 6 years.
It has.
Kind of grown a little bit.
Let's talk about the event.
Well, this year it's on the 3rd Saturday, which it's normally on the 2nd Saturday, but it's just because the way the calendar landed for the Sutter Creek's open house. And we're always the week after that because at their open house on their Saturday night, they have the Las Posadas March, and that's getting bigger too and stuff too. But, I'm sorry?
Oh, I was just going to say, we were talking earlier and you were saying that thousands of people attend this
now.
Yeah,
they estimated between 4,000 and 5,000 people last year, so watching the parade. So I said, yeah, and it is a rain or shine parade, so you have to be prepared. And even the year that we did have rain, we've had every kind of weather. We even had snow the first year as we were setting up, and most people keep asking me to have the fog again. That year that it was foggy, it looked like magical, they said. So I said, okay, I'll put that in. But
well,
no rain. We don't want rain.
You can bundle up, put your gloves on, your hat on,
that's what makes you feel like it's
go.
the holidays. It's Christmas, and because it hasn't felt like the holiday season to me as much until this weather changed. So
two things happened. The weather changed, and I got in my car this morning, and when I turned the radio on, Christmas music was playing.
Well, yeah.
So it starts at 6:30. If someone's interested in participating, what should they do?
They can either go on the website of suttercreek.org, and there is a link there that can take them to the application.
Okay.
Applications need to be mailed into the address that it says on there, and there is a $10 entry fee. That just helps us pay for, paper goods. Yeah, and insurance. Actually, the Business Association is taking the insurance for us, so that's nice.
Good.
So we have, they can also contact me, and my information's on all the posters that will be around and are around and stuff, and so there's my email and my telephone number there.
How many entries do you usually have?
We've had up to 60 on the books, but some drop out at the last minute.
Sure.
Actually, we get more that enter at the last minute. That's really hard on us, by the way. But we don't want to
do that.
I know, but we don't want to turn anybody down. The deadline for the actual application is November 30th, so the last day of November. So if you can get it in, on time like that, it just helps us a lot and keeps us a little more sane.
Now there is one requirement.
Yes,
right,
everything has to have lights. Even if you're walking, you have to have lights. We have the little Dachshund dogs and Margaret Blair's Twin Cedars dogs. So
the dogs are lit up?
They are all lit up.
Oh,
they are very cute.
Those are really long lights, by the way.
They're very cute. Okay. And so anybody walking has to have lights. We did add something this year about we do not allow anybody to throw candy from their vehicles because it's a night parade and I don't want kids running out and not being seen. So that's an absolute no-no. We did ask on the application, it does say no passing anything out, and I've already had some people say, what do you mean? We always do that. And it's only because
like flyers and stuff? Or?
Anything, and like Volcano Telephone likes to pass out pencils, and those are great and stuff. And they're, and we let Mrs. Claus pass out candy because she's, that's special.
She's Mrs. Claus.
That's right. She can do whatever she wants. Santa and Mrs. Claus. So, but it's just because there's only 3 of us, 3 women that put on this parade.
Wow.
And 2 of us walked the streets the next day and had to pick up every half-eaten piece of candy, and it was kind of great. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Because we don't have a budget to have anybody else do it.
Sure.
So it was kind of a nice thing for us to say, to say, please don't throw anything, but or don't pass anything out, but we have to let people do that.
Now the merchants.
This is no fun. If somebody says, bah humbug, I said, no, really, I'm not a Scrooge.
No candy canes, no nothing.
No.
The merchants must love this if it brings that many people into
and
town.
they stay open. Yeah, and they stay open later.
So I think the merchants should get out there and help you sweep those streets the next morning.
I know. Well, we just kind of did it, and we didn't know.
So how did this get started? 3 ladies one year. You just said, let's just do this little parade, and now it's turned into this big giant.
Yeah,
event.
I've wanted to do it here forever, but in Sutter Creek, but at that time when I wanted to start it, it was still Main Street was still Highway 49 owned by, and Caltrans was involved.
They have to shut it down.
And that's an act of God to be able to do any of that stuff. So it kind of got postponed. And once the bypass went in, I said, okay, this year we're going to do it. So that's how I started it. And I grabbed a couple. It's my sister and one of my friends, and that's it.
So, if people were interested in helping next year,
well, we have
contact
some
you,
people.
or?
The Sutter Creek Lions Club is helping us do backstage, and once it gets dark, it's a whole different ball game.
Oh, I can imagine.
Behind the scenes,
you can't see what's going on.
You can't, and they can't.
Very
they can't see us. They have to
and-
hear us. Yeah, and so we call it an organized chaos. And those that have been in the parade understand what I'm talking about. But it all goes off like clockwork, and it's perfect when it's going. And so,
do you have a parade? What's it called? Not a marshal, or
I do. I have two grand marshalettes.
Grand marshalettes.
I have marshalettes.
Let's talk about
Lorraine Davis and Sandy Anderson have been my grand marshalettes, and they said they will do it as long as I'm in charge of the parade. So I'm counting on that, and so they always start it for us.
And Santa will be in town,
of course.
Okay.
Santa and Mrs. Claus are
Very
always.
Good. Where are they going to be?
They're
at the town hall or something?
Oh, they just end the parade, and so sometimes kids just see them around there and stuff too. We haven't really had a place for them to stay because it is, by the time the parade's over, it's about 8 o'clock.
Sure.
So
and people are heading out at that point.
Yeah,
They're taking their kids and heading
yeah, with that many people, they want to get out and stuff too. But it's just silly fun.
Okay, so again, the parade is going to be Saturday, December 15th, which is kind of close to Christmas, so that's nice. At 6:30.
10 days before.
You need to register ahead. The deadline is November 30th for that. Thanks for being with us, Toni. We do need to acknowledge some of our sponsors, so we're going to take a break, and then we'll be back. Stay with us.
Thanks.